Game 7 of the Maple Leafs versus Panthers just wrapped up, and the Panthers just straight out embarrassed and dominated the Maple Leafs in this game. Really, to recap the game and what happened through this Game 7, the first set, the Panthers started the game off 7 shots on goal. Wasn't able to get the puck in the goal any of those times, but they came out with a very aggressive approach, letting the Maple Leafs know that they're not here to play, and they're gonna do what they can. They're gonna do whatever they can to get the W today. We'll get a W tonight. Then the Leafs, they ended up with Maple Leafs had 7 straight shot on goal attempts. It's still 0-0. Then the first period ended with the Panthers had 9 shots on goal to the Maple Leafs 7. It was still 0-0 after the first period. Both goalies having a really good game in that first period. Joseph Wall not giving up anything. Bob Barbowski not giving up anything either for the Panthers. And then you get to the second period, and this is where the game flips. You have Florida score. The Panthers had 3 goals in this period to the Maple Leafs 0. But Florida was just dominating by their 11 shot on goal. It was their 11 shot on goal that ended up giving them their first point, their first goal. Then they were up 2-0 with 12 minutes left in the second period. Then they scored again within those final 12 minutes to go 3-0 going into the final period. And it looked like the game was pretty much over here, because getting down 3-0 in an elimination game, especially against a team like the Panthers who just won the Stanley Cup last year, that's not a situation you could afford to be in. The Maple Leafs were getting booed as they weren't home. The Maple Leafs were the 2 seed going into this, and the Panthers were the 5 seed. And so letting y'all know that the Maple Leafs had home ice and they were getting booed at home. And then they both traded goals just like around 16-minute mark of the third period. So it was 4-1. The Panthers still had to lead. Then they scored 2 more times to end up winning. They end up winning 6-1. They scored 3 goals. They scored 3 goals in the second and third periods apiece. No goals for either team. Then it was 7 combined goals in the second and third periods, but 6 of those goals went to the Panthers, who finished the game with 34 shots on goal to the Maple Leafs 20 shots on goal. The aggressive approach paid off, but it wasn't just about them being aggressive. They were getting good looks and were getting great shots at goal, and was able to get the puck into the goal 6 times, take a 6-1 win. And the Leafs, they had Joseph Wall. He had to be benched during the final 4 minutes, because that's how bad he was playing, giving up those 6 goals. And then if I look at his stat line, I know it's looking. Well, no, he gave up 5 because it was 5. After it was 5-1, he got benched during those final 4 minutes, and they scored an empty net goal. But when Joseph Wall was in, he had 33 save attempts, 28 saves, and had 5 goals against. He gave up 5 goals, so it's an 84.8 save percentage. So you cannot have that in an elimination game. And this team just played really bad. And I don't even think nobody was in the penalty. Nobody went to the penalty box for this Maple Leafs team. I don't think. Yeah, this was a clean game. Like, it was no fights. It was nothing like that. Like, I'm surprised, because there's definitely been some moments in the series, but nobody got like into it or anything like that. Sergio Barbowski for the Panthers, he had 20 save attempts, 19 saves, 1 goal against, had a 95 save percentage. Obviously only gave up 1 goal. Then the Panthers had 6 different players score goals. Like, out of their 6 goals, 6 different players scored, which is just a really great team effort. Obviously one of those goals came on an empty net, but they were still up 5-1 at one point, so that doesn't diminish the win or anything like that. And then, like, most of the players on the team were plus in the plus minus department. So yeah, 6 different players scoring 6 different goals. Great team effort on the offensive end. Then being able to get a great game for your goalie. And the only person that really did anything for the Maple Leafs is Max Domi, who had 1 goal and 3 hits. And then a few games ago, he cost them one of their games. And in this game, he was the best player, but it didn't matter since he didn't get help from anybody else. But the Panthers did dominate this game. They won the shots on goal. They the Maple Leafs won the face-offs, which is surprising. Neither team had a yeah. The Panthers had a power play, but it wasn't like for nothing dirty. So, what the Leafs did have 2 penalty minutes, but that was it. It's not like they had a crazy amount of penalty minutes. And really, like, a lot of the stats look even aside from the takeaways. The Panthers had 7 takeaways to the Maple Leafs 3. But this was a fun series. I enjoyed it. The Panthers, who are the defending Stanley Cup champions from last year, are now advancing to the conference finals with a chance to the Eastern Conference Finals, with a chance to go back to the Stanley Cup. Now they're facing the Hurricanes, who I think the Hurricanes are I think they finished second this season. No, they didn't. They didn't finish second. I don't know where the Hurricanes finished at this season, but yeah, I can look that up because that's the Eastern Conference Finals matchup for the NHL. The Hurricanes are 4th. Yeah, so the 4 and 5 are matching up. The way that hockey works, for people that don't understand, they go by points accumulated through the season. So the 4 and 5 seed are matching up in the conference finals. Not something you'll see in the NBA, which I'm glad it's not exactly like the NBA, because we need things to be different sometimes. So if you get into watching hockey, you will understand it. But yeah, the Panthers and Hurricanes are meeting in the Eastern Conference Finals. I do see the Panthers winning in 6 games and them going back to the Stanley Cup, and they have the potential to win back-to-back Stanley Cups. So shout out to the Florida Panthers. It's had a great year so far, and their year continues. For the Maple Leafs, it's a disappointing way to end the season. Just their largest playoff loss and largest Game 7 loss in playoff history for their franchise. But yeah, better luck next year to them. And let's see if these the Florida Panthers, can keep rolling. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment what you thought about this game if you were able to check it out.